Good evening, everyone. I hope that you all are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Happy Sunday. This is my response video for EDL 558 Social Justice Topics in Higher Education for Dr. James DeVita, with a smile on my face because this is our final response video for the semester. Kind of bittersweet. I have enjoyed the discussion board posts, but hey. Um, what are you gonna do? So I can't wait to see everybody in class tomorrow. Very excited about that. I'm just gonna just talk. This is about everyone's LA social justice projects. Respond to everyone because I really got excited. Um, First of all, everyone's project, like, all I can say is wow. Like, wow, like, you all have done a lot of work. It's very interesting projects or learning activities that, to kind of give you all your concept about your marginalized groups. And for that, I really appreciate that. That's, I guess that's what's the premise of the project is to really get more aware and encounter upon social justice and how can we use these issues and these groups into other within our work or as future higher educator higher ed scholars and professionals. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dive into a few people that I saw that had very interesting projects. I guess start off with Brittany first. Brittany, your LAR, like your group about race and disability. I said before, is really great, really understanding. I was especially interested about your work within the doll community, and that you interviewed or you spoken with a person that a black male that was a doll collector and how he was pretty much judged, and it just to me great understanding was like at first I was kind of taken back on about it because person doing a black man collecting dolls, you know, I know it's kind of strange. It's kind of weird because we as men, we get those concepts or the cycle of socialization. We're taught to, these are things you're not supposed to do. Only girls collect dolls, or if you're going to collect something, you collect action figures or baseball cards, and that's the present that we get. So very interesting that you found someone that really enjoyed what they do. It was a hobby, and he's being open minded, and showing that people having to sort of accept that within the community. Um, Samantha, very powerful work in you doing. You're working with um, individuals with brain injuries. Um, Cannot wait to hear about your brain injury walk, the rock and road, as well as the other work. I'm really excited about your project because we really don't see with disabilities. We try not to. I think throughout the semester, we talked about and we discussed about how individuals with disabilities they're being criticized, and that the overall view they just want their own independence as well. Some disabilities are more severe than others, but we should not all classify everyone within this box. Yes, acknowledge the disability, but do not let it overshadow the overall person or make that person the main identity. And that we as people, as a society overall, have to stop doing that. So great job with that. So I can't wait to see your project at the showcase. Cody, understanding about I'm sorry, Cody. Um, I'm not. You talked about your work with LGBTQIA and how that work how you wanted to find someone trying to identify somebody from a different lens, like who you are and all the struggles and obstacles that you deal with, but going beyond that and seeing it from another perspective, kind of opening your eyes up, and I really do appreciate that. I think mine is kind of similar because with race, I know the African Americans was perspective, but I wanted to go beyond that and see well, another person of color. So choosing to work with Hispanic students within education, to me, that kind of gave me an insight and a lens into their world as well. So your work with LGBTQIA and finding women that identify themselves as lesbians is really good. And I can't wait to hear about your interviews and your other projects in the coming weeks. And finally, I think Tamara, yes, Tamara, sorry. Um, Very interesting that you also did disability, that you're doing disability. Um, the special, I think the one thing that kind of just jumped out at me was when you said that you did the polar plunge for Special Olympics for New Hanover County. First off, I have to give you a hand clap, congrats, because no way. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it's a great cause, but it's just cold. It's too cold, and I, understand that it's for a great cause, but I'm sorry, it's cold. I'm a cold nature person, but not to a certain extent. But really empowering emotional work and being, and I like I said, overall, every project, every LAR that you all have done is basically you were open minded, you're being observant, and you're now trying to take the steps of going into the of what social justice is about and applying those skills into hopefully within our future professions. Um, I guess to give my update, like I said, like I'm doing racing education. I've done documentaries about went to a documentary and that that talked about a high school soccer team within North Carolina. I've been to a salsa class. I've been to mentoring groups for for Mikasa mentoring group that's housed within Central Hispano. I've also this week, last week, I took it upon. I went to a panel discussion about the abduction of the 43 missing children, students in in Guerrero, Mexico, and to me that was the most powerful. I think one of the most powerful LARs I've done and seen because it just brought back home some information, some memories. But we'll talk more about that later. And hope and this week to finish up the wrap up my last LAR, I will be doing an interview about interviewing some students, um, some students from Central Hispano, and trying to get their point of view with about the race and their impact on education. So that's about it. The video's long. Sorry again, but I'm a talker, guys. So I again I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see everyone in class tomorrow, and have a good rest of the day. I'm about to go finish up these LARs. Talk to you soon. Bye.